Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I have a pick-a-pile for you guys. If you caught the video I posted yesterday, I just kind of did an overall general reading, just kind of checking in to see what your person may be thinking, feeling, and wanting at this time. If you haven't checked out that video, I will post a link to it down below in the description, but otherwise this is kind of a continuation of that video. Just kind of seeing where your person is at, just seeing what's going on in your connection, what's happening, what you need to know in general going on between you and your person, whether this is someone that you're currently with or you're separated from, maybe you're communicating with this person, maybe you're not. I don't know. We're gonna find out. It's all in the cards, and I figured doing a pick-a-pile would be a fun way to just kind of narrow it down and get more specific. So here are different piles. Pile number 1, we have this cute little white pine cone birdie. Pile number 2, we have this colorful unicorn ornament. Oh, unicorn and Pegasus. He has both wings and horn. Pile number 3 is this sparkly pink Eiffel Tower. And pile number 4 is a pink light bulb. So go ahead and pick whichever one stands out to you the most, that maybe you resonate with the best. Maybe you're a bird person, maybe you like unicorns, maybe you are in love with Paris, or you live in Paris, or you want to go to Paris, or maybe you are just filled with ideas like a light bulb. So pick whatever matches with you, and we're gonna get started with pile number 1. Hi pile 1, if you have come to this timestamp and you picked the white pine cone birdie, this is your pile and this is your reading to find out what is going on between you and your person. What do you need to know? So we have plenty of cards here. We're going to start out actually from the bottom with the Divine Dog deck, and we have significance, you be you, and acceptance. Loving what is. All right, let's see what else is coming through so we can kind of put the puzzle pieces together. From Amira's Love deck, we have true love, soulmate, and family. Ooh, that's all looking real good, real nice. Okay, all right. Looking very good. Moonology, we have it's time to release negativity and emotions are running high. And finally, the 3 cards we have left, I decided to not pull from the tarot today and just do oracle cards just for fun. That's the pull I was feeling for this reading in particular, for all the different piles. So here's what Jesus would like you to know in your situation, which is Matthew 11:28. Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, I will give you rest. So that's what Jesus would like you to know. And I really like my song dedication card that I created, which is basically if you were to turn on the radio and if your person was to dedicate a song to you, this would be the song that they would dedicate to you with their current energy and their current emotions and what's currently happening. Haven't Met You Yet by Michael Bublé. And from Mixed Emojis, the current emotion that your person is feeling is confused. All right, well, let's dive into this and see exactly what this all means together. Okay, so first of all, simply from the song dedication right here is you may not have actually met this person yet. If this is the song that they're dedicating to you, you may currently be in another relationship right now. It may be toxic. It could be a catalyst. You may think that it's someone that is your soulmate or true love, but they may not actually be that person. This person hasn't met you yet, apparently. So that's the first thing that I'm getting from this is you may not have actually met this person. Or, you could be as single as a dollar bill and you're waiting for this person. You've been dating around. You've been trying to find that right person. You've been through it all, maybe feeling like you need to give up on love, but don't give up because you haven't met this person yet. And because of that, both you and your person are probably confused because it's like, I haven't met you yet. Where are you? Like, I know true love is out there for me. I know that. So where are you? Like, there's all this confusion behind trying to find this person. But don't give up hope because there's a lot of other good stuff going on here. And if you already are with somebody who brings you a lot of good vibes, a lot of good things in your life, then this may not be your pile, because I think that for this pile specifically, these two people have not actually crossed paths yet, but they will. So this person who you have not met yet is definitely your soulmate and your true love. They're going to bring true love into your life, and they're going to be your soulmate. It's going to be a healthy connection. It's going to be a healthy relationship. It's going to be the relationship that you've always been wanting. And if you want to have a family, if having kids is in the future for you, you want to build a life together with this person, then you're going to be able to do that. And even if you don't want to have kids, or maybe you're beyond the point of having kids or anything like that, you're going to find your own way to create a family life with this person, whether it's with pets or maybe with friends that you have around you, or other family members that you have, brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles and that kind of thing. There's definitely going to be a community of people around you guys who love you and support you, whether it's by blood or, through marriage or friendships, or however that looks, whatever that perfect family life is for you guys, that's definitely going to come through, and that's definitely going to happen because they are your true love and they are definitely your soulmate. So that's all very positive. Which goes to show that this is definitely a significant connection. I mean, obviously, anyone who is your soulmate is a pretty significant connection. You can't exactly deny that. So they're definitely an important part of your life. However, I think before you can meet this person and enjoy this life of bliss with them and the life that you've always dreamed of with them, you first need to release something negative going on in your life. And only you're gonna know what that negative thing is. If you are in a toxic relationship right now, you're gonna need to let that go and move on, because you can't exactly find a healthy relationship and have new love come into your life if you're still in a toxic relationship. And even if you're not in a toxic relationship and you're totally single, think of other things in your life right now that may be of something negative and pulling you down. It could be a friendship, it could be a toxic friendship, it could be even maybe family members that you need to step back from. It could be something in your career, it could be a job related thing. And even if it's not something that's as tangible as a relationship or your job or anything like that, it could just simply be a mindset. You could have all the healthiest friends around you and have the best career in the world and be happy at your job every single day. But if your mind is not in the right place and you're having all these unhealthy mindsets, and you're thinking things like, oh, I'm never gonna meet the right person, it's been so many years, and all these other guys are just crap and they ghost on you and they leave you left unread and they never take anything seriously and stuff like that. If you keep thinking that and speaking that kind of stuff into your life, you're going to continue to get more of that. So it could just be mindsets and the way you're talking about certain things in your life. There's something that needs to go. There's something that definitely needs to be released. And you're going to know. You're going to know when you see this and when you hear this, what that negative thing is. And that negativity is what makes your emotions run high. And the truth is, with a soulmate relationships should be easy. They should go with the flow. They're enjoyable, they're relaxed, they're not something that you have to force, they're not full of stress, they're not full of drama. And if emotions are running high right now, that's not going to be a part of your soulmate connection. So I think if emotions are running high, it's based out of something negative going on. So once you release the negativity of whatever it is that's kind of holding you back, the emotions are going to stop running so high, and they're going to get to a place of calm and peace and rest. And that's where Jesus comes in, because Jesus is telling you, come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. And that's what God wants to do. That's what Jesus wants to do. He wants to give you rest. He wants to give you peace. And he can't come in and give you that if you're not letting go of the negativity. I mean, Jesus was probably the most positive person to walk the face of the planet. And he has all the power to help you. And I realize that not everyone's all about the Jesus thing. Some people are just like, oh, it's just the universe, divine, whatever. But, for me, my Christianity is a big part of my faith and a big part of my belief system and how I get through things. And, Jesus is still helpful no matter who you are. And he definitely wants to help you. So once you release that negativity, Jesus can come along and he can take those burdens. He can take all those negative burdens that you're holding on to and whatever it is and let go of it. And he can help you. And in that, you can accept where you're currently at. And when you accept where you're currently at, that soulmate can step in and true love can enter your life. So that's usually how it goes, you gotta let go of things and you gotta release things. And once you do, you can accept where you're at. And when you accept where you're at, that doesn't mean you have to stay there. That doesn't mean that you have to be like, oh, well, this is my life now. I'm just single and that's it. No, that doesn't mean that that's going to be the rest of your life, but you just accept in the moment, okay, I'm single right now. This is where it's at. I don't have that person in my life yet, but they're on their way. And then, just live your life and enjoy life. And before you know it, that person of significance is going to come along and you're going to have your soulmate with true love and create the family that you guys want to create. And then we'll have to pull a different song for you guys because you'll already have met that person by then. So like I said, if you are currently in a situation with someone where it is really good and stuff, or it's not toxic, that that's your true person, this may not be the pile for you. But if you don't know who that person is yet, if you're totally single and you're totally open for new love, this is the pile for you. And that new love, whoever they are, they're going to be amazing. And it's not a lot of work that you have to do. You just have to let go of a couple of things that are holding you back and you'll be all set. So I hope that this helped you guys. I hope this assisted you. And if you would please just leave this video a little like and comment down below if it resonated for you. And if you enjoy my readings, if you enjoy my style of reading, if you want to come back to have more fun here with me, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos are coming. So that is about it, you guys. Keep on sparkling, and I'm sending you hugs and much love. Hi, pile number 2. If you chose the rainbowy unicorn Pegasus ornament, this is your pile. This is what you chose. So let's dive into it and find out what is going on between you and your person. What's happening in your connection? So we're going to start off from the bottom here and do the Divine Dog Oracle. We have arrogance and contentment. We're going to continue diving in just so we can get a clear perspective here as to what's going on. From the Amira's Love Oracle, we have fair male, children, and long distance. And I actually did not decide to pull from the tarot today and just do oracle cards, just because I figured it'd be fun. That's what I was feeling pulled towards today. From the Moonology deck, we have the answers you need are coming and luck is on your side. From the Jesus, Loving Word from Jesus deck, what he would like you to know is Matthew 12:50. Whoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. And finally, from my own little songs that I channeled to see basically if you were to turn on the radio and this person were to dedicate a song to you, this is the song that they would dedicate, which is Close by Nick Jonas featuring Tovlo. And their emotions right now are they're feeling disappointed. Your person is feeling disappointed. So, okay, let's fully dive into this. We got a mixture, I think, of what's going on here right now. So the very first thing that I picked up upon with long distance here is simply put, you may be dealing with a long distance situation. You guys may not physically be close to one another. You may be in 2 different cities, 2 different states, clear across the country, or heck, even in 2 different countries altogether. So there definitely may be physical space between the 2 of you. If there is not physical space, there is probably an emotional distance between the 2 of you guys right now. And you also may be dealing with a guy who is a fair male. So he may be blonde, or maybe like a dirty blonde or light brown hair. He may have light eyes, like either blue or green, maybe even hazel. Fair-skinned, probably, you know, he's probably not of ethnic descent or anything. So you're probably dealing with somebody who looks somewhat like the guy on the card. And either you or this person may have children. If you don't have children, if neither one of you have children, then I would say that it seems like you guys probably want to have children together. There's definitely an aspect of maybe wanting to have children together. One of 2 of you or both of you have children already of your own, or there could be an inner child connection between the 2 of you. Perhaps you guys have known each other since your youth, since you were younger, and there definitely could be like an inner child factor here at play. So that's what I'm getting from Amira. Now, it's definitely possible that part of the issue here with your long distance is arrogance here. And if you look at the dog in this picture, yeah, he has a very proud stance, but he also kind of looks like he's almost ignoring things. Like if anything were to go on around him or near him, he looks like he's just kind of ignoring it. Like he's too arrogant to acknowledge it. And I think there's a possibility right now that part of the reason why there's distance between you guys, especially on the emotional aspect, is this person simply maybe just trying to ignore it. You know, I do think that they care about you. I do think that they love you, but there's definitely a sense of they're just ignoring it. They're just kind of putting it off right now. They could possibly be putting it off because they have children themselves, and maybe their children right now are their top priority, not necessarily a relationship. But it definitely seems to be that this person just wants to ignore things. It's also possible that they're putting you even up on the pedestal because it says get off the pedestal. And I know sometimes in these connections, you know, one person may have the other person up on the pedestal, and most of the times it's the masculines putting the feminines up on the pedestal because they feel they're not good enough or whatever. So it's possible they could even have you up on a pedestal, which is why they're trying to ignore the situation, because they're like, no, this isn't gonna work because, you know, they're off way over there in long distance land doing their thing, and this isn't gonna work. So because of that, your person is feeling disappointed. And if they didn't care, they wouldn't feel disappointed, is the point. Like, we don't want them to feel disappointed. You know, no one wants to feel disappointed, but I think that they're feeling disappointed because they don't enjoy the space between you guys. And no matter how hard they ignore things here and they put you on a pedestal and they get arrogant about it, they can't deny it. So it puts them in a disappointed frame of mind. But I do think that you bring them contentment. Like, they want to be satisfied. They definitely want to be, but they're it's kind of a stuck energy, I guess you could say. So you may be just kind of sitting in limbo, waiting and trying to figure things out with this person right now. But don't worry, because the answers that you need are coming, and luck is on your side. So what these two cards are telling me is, you know, even though there may be long distance right now, and even though your person may kind of have you on ignore because they're putting you on a pedestal, they're being kind of arrogant about their own ways and their own life right now, even though they're doing that, even though they might be busy with their kids, or you may be busy with your kids, who knows, even though those things are going on, the answers that you need are coming, and luck is on your side. So things are going to get better one way or the other. Things are going to improve. And as for the Jesus card, you know, this card, Jesus is basically asking you to do his will. So I think as long as you stay focused on, you know, keep your eyes on the prize kind of thing. I know a lot of times when it comes to these type of connections, people always say, you know, focus on yourself, work on yourself, that kind of thing. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with saying work on yourself. But for me, I think that the bigger issue is keep your eyes on God. Keep your eyes on up above. Because when you pray, when you meditate, when you spend time in the Word and you really dig into those things, like, you are automatically improving yourself. And it's not you who does it. You can't heal yourself. You can't improve yourself. Only God above can do that. You know, only divine, the universe, however you want to address it, only God can do that. So, you know, spend time in prayer, spend time with the man upstairs, and your answers are going to come dealing with this situation for sure. And I think it's really ironic considering there's long distance here, and their song dedication to you is Close by Nick Jonas. So they don't want to be long distance to you. They want to be closer to you. And if you're familiar with the song is definitely very much kind of like about emotional distance more so than long distance. So that's why I'm saying, you know, this could be emotional distance as well. But either way though, like they don't want to be distant from you, whether it's physically or emotionally. They definitely want to be closer to you, for sure. So my advice would be, looking at everything going on in this pile, is it's not necessarily like an easy situation. I think there's definitely worse, you know, there's nothing toxic coming through, so that's a good thing. I think that this is just someone who is going to need a little bit of time and patience, you know, maybe tap into your own inner child a little bit. And, you know, part of this whole like seeking God thing could be, you know, if you have kids, playing with your kids, or just tapping into your own inner child and having fun yourself, you know, like it's summertime right now. And I know things are kind of weird this summer around the world as opposed to many places, but, you know, get out there and have some fun, you know, go chase down the ice cream truck or something. So, you know, I think it's a matter of spending time in prayer and having fun and living life like a child. And eventually the answers that you seek are coming. And I think your person will come around. They'll stop getting disappointed. They will come closer to you because they obviously want to. And they do find contentment in you. And I think you guys find contentment in one another. And you guys will get that back. I think you're just kind of going through a little bit of a rough patch. It's a valley. You guys are not at a peak right now, but in life and in relationships, there are always peaks and valleys. So I think you guys are just in a valley, but you guys are going to come out of it. I would say just have fun, live your life, and be prayerful, be mindful, and before you know it, that person is going to stop being so arrogant and ignoring things, and he's going to come around for sure. So I hope that helped. I hope that assisted you guys, and if it did, you know, leave me a comment down below, give this video a like. If you have not subscribed, feel free to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well, so you can get notifications as to when new videos are coming. And I hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are in the world. Keep sparkling, and I'm sending you guys much hugs and love. Hi Pile 3, if you chose the pink and sparkly Eiffel Tower, then this is the reading for you. So let's dive into it and see what is happening between you and your person. We're going to start off from the bottom of the deck, going to the Divine Dogs of Wisdom. We have Success honors your gifts, and Honor acknowledge you, me, and we. We're going to keep seeing what else is in store for you guys, so we get an overall good picture. From Amira's Love Oracle, we have True Gem, Ice King, and Karma. Okay, and I decided to not use any tarot cards. Bleh, can I talk? Tarot cards today. I'm just using oracle cards just because that's what I was feeling pulled and called to do today. All right, and I'm not reading any reversals either right now. Okay, adjustments are required, and meditate and contemplate. All right. And from the Loving Word from Jesus deck, we have John 14:27. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. And finally, the last two cards, we have from the songs that I channeled. This would basically be, if you were to turn on the radio, what would be the song that this person would dedicate to you? Like, what would this person say through music, how they're feeling towards you right now? We have Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. And from the mixed emoji deck, this would be how they're feeling right now. They're feeling grumpy. Okay, well, if I had karma in my deck, I guess I would be feeling grumpy too. All right, let's launch into this, which there definitely seems to be a lot of stuff going on. I'm already kind of picking up on this may be a difficult person and a difficult connection. So number one, the first thing I'm kind of getting right now is from the Ice King. Whoever you're dealing with right now, you guys may not be in communication right now, or if you are, it's very limited. It's definitely not how you would like it to be. It's not to the capacity you would normally want it to be at. So I'm thinking he's probably being pretty cold towards you right now, either ghosting you, leaving you left unread, ignoring you in general. You know, when we think about someone being icy, that's generally what happens. And if he is talking to you, he's probably not giving you very much right now at this time. He probably has some guards up. He probably has some walls up. He's probably not being very vulnerable and open about what's going on, you know, only letting you in a certain amount. And I think that's definitely greatly because there's karma in this connection. And, you know, karma can be a lot of different things. You know, there could be a karmic relationship involved in it. But even if there's not, you know, karma can be in other ways, shapes and forms. You know, it can be mental mindsets. I feel like mindsets are probably the biggest karma of all, honestly, because even if you or your other person lands in a karmic relationship, it's generally because there was something that was originally off with your mindset in the first place, because you're not going to choose an unhealthy relationship if you're a healthy person, if you're healthy and whole in your mind frame, in your thoughts and your emotions. So when I see karma, like usually mind frames and mindsets are the first thing that pops up, but it can appear in more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not substantial. Maybe shadow has the word for me. That would be my dog. Sometimes he likes to have his word in the middle of these readings, and obviously he has something to say about karma too. Anyway, I was gonna say though, whether it's like a relationship or karma could also be, it could be an addiction. You know, this person could be an alcoholic. You know, they could be doing drugs. It could be like a gambling addiction. It could be, you know, issues with money. Tangible, that's the word I was looking for. Anything that's tangible, like an addiction or a relationship, that kind of thing. Usually it starts in the mind. It starts inside the person with our mindsets and our emotions, and then it'll come out in the types of relationships we get into and the types of behaviors and habits that we have, like addictions and those kinds of things. So that's what I think of when I think of karma. So you guys could be dealing with a lot of karma in your connection. And I don't think that's one-sided. I don't think that it's just one person or the other who has the karma. Usually in these situations it is mirrored. So chances are you both have karmic things that you need to work out and deal with. But the good thing about this is I do think that you guys find each other to be true gems to one another, that there's something worth fighting for here. Because, you know, when you think about like diamonds, for example, you know, it takes hard work to like dig up a diamond and create a diamond, that kind of thing. You know, they don't just like pop out of the ground or anything like that, like Snow White and the Seven Dwarves when they're, you know, mining for the gems or whatever. It just doesn't pop out like that. You know, it takes heat, it takes pressure to create a diamond, to create a true gem. And I think that that's what all of this karma is doing between the two of you guys, is it's applying all this heat and all this pressure to create you guys into the true gems that you really are, because you see each other as true gems. And In order to do that, adjustments are required. Like, obviously, you guys cannot go forward into a healthy, long-lasting relationship unless you make these adjustments, unless you work through your karma. And the best way to do that is to meditate and contemplate. When we get down and get dirty with God, and you pray and you spend solid time with God, then you're going to be able to work through that karma. You're going to be able to heal. And it's not going to be because of you. Like, you can't do it. You can't heal yourself. The only one who can truly heal you, who can really get down deep into your heart and change you, is God. And the only way that can happen is by spending quality time with him in meditation. And, you know, that looks different for everyone. You know, that could be reading the Bible. It could be spending time in nature. It could be listening to music. I mean, for me, music is a huge way that I connect spiritually. So that can look like all kinds of different ways, and it just depends on the person, depends on what works best for you, but definitely spend some time with God. And when you work with, sorry about that, guys. Literally, I got a phone call in the middle of doing this reading, which is really annoying because I just feel like it completely gets me off balance when that happens. And it's so rude, so interruptive, especially when it's not even someone I want to talk to. And it's an 877 number that just wants to, you know, be all spammy and scammy and stuff. Anyway, getting back into this, yeah, I was saying with these two cards, spend time with God, and God is going to help you make those adjustments. He's going to help you figure out what you need to do, how you need to adjust yourself and change things within yourself in order to remove the karma and make yourself the healthiest and most whole version of yourself, so that way then you can be that true gem. And now Shadow wants to talk again. So we'll dive into the dogs then, as long as he's talking. All right, so success and honor. And I definitely think that success awaits you guys as you work through your karma, as you spend time with God, as you spend time connecting in prayer and that kind of thing, that there is success on the other side of this, that you won't stay in karma forever, that karma is going to be alleviated. It's going to, you know, kind of like the door here, like there's a door, it's going to exit. The karma is just going to exit right out of your life when you put in the prayer time and everything. So you're going to be successful with it. And as for honor, I think this is basically saying have honor and respect for yourself and for your person and for God, because it's like the Holy Trinity, you know, Father, Son, Holy Ghost kind of a thing. And 3 is a pretty significant number. You know, like I said, there could be a third party situation involved given the karma card. That's obviously not a 3 that you want in this situation, but I think as long as you like honor and respect yourself and your person and God, things are going to get better. Things are definitely going to improve. And, you know, speaking of God, with Jesus, let not your heart be troubled. I can't talk sometimes. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. So, you know, if you're afraid to get deeper with God, if you're afraid that your dude is always going to be the Ice King, if you're afraid that he's going to stay in a karmic situation, whether it's a relationship or an addiction or whatever it may be, don't fear those things. Don't fear those things, because God is bigger than that. You know, honor and remember that. Honor and remember that, you know, God is bigger than all of us. He is bigger than everything happening in the world right now. And the world is pretty messed up, and there are way huge things going on in the world right now that none of us can fix. And some of us have karma that we can't fix ourselves. It's bigger than us. So, you know, give it over to God, surrender and release it to God, and he will make sure that you have nothing to fear. Like, this is such a beautiful picture to me because, you know, the child is sitting there cradled in Jesus's lap. And that's how God wants you to be with him. Like, he just wants you to sit in his lap, be like a child, and trust and enjoy and be happy and live your life. He wants to care for you. You know, it's kind of like the whole analogy of like when you're a little kid and, you know, let's say you jump off of somewhere that's super high up, like a super high height or whatever, and your dad is just down there, and, you know, you could fall and break a leg, break an arm, break something, who knows, but you're not scared of that at all. You just leap off, and you know that your dad is going to be there to catch you. And, you know, that's the way you should be living your life right now, just kind of free and carefree and just landing in his lap and trusting him. But your person does see you as their teenage dream. Maybe you've known this person since you guys were teenager. Maybe you make this person feel like a teenager, but they definitely see you as their teenage dream. So they do feel good about you. But I think that all this karma between the both of you is making your person grumpy right now. And we don't want him to be grumpy forever, obviously. Like, he's basically the grumpy ice king. So if he's not stepping up the way you want him to be, he's a bit of a grump right now. So give him a little bit of grace. Give him a little bit of understanding and love, because that's what unconditional love does. Anyway, minus the interruptions between my phone and shadow barking, I hope that this helped you guys and resonated and made sense for you. If it did, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell. So I hope you guys have a wonderful and amazing day. I will see you next time. Keep sparkling, and I'm sending you hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 4. If you chose the pink light bulb, then this is the reading for you. So let's dive into it, shall we? We're going to find out what's going on between you and your person. What do you need to know? We're going to start off from the bottom at the Divine Dog with anger, feel the heat, then turn it down, imagination, get the big picture. And we're going to keep pulling cards from your pile to kind of unfold the mystery that it is of what's going on here a little bit more. From Amira's Love Oracle, we have gifts, short term, and dating. Okay. And I decided to not actually pull from the tarot today and just do oracle cards. That's what I was feeling called to do, so here we are. From the Moonology deck, we have a time to give rather than take, and a personal issue reaches a resolution. From the Loving Words from Jesus deck, what Jesus would like to say dealing with the situation is, seek and you shall find, Matthew 7:7. Now, if your person was to dedicate a song on the radio to you, these are songs that I channeled myself, and we're going to find out what the song is. We're going to find out what this person is thinking in terms of a song they would like to dedicate to you right now. Empty Space by O-Town. And if you're not familiar with the artist or the songs, just, you know, look it up on iTunes or Spotify, here on YouTube, you know, wherever. And you can listen to the song and find out for yourself exactly what it's all about. And from Mixed Emojis, how they're feeling, we have special. They're feeling special. Okay. Well, we have an interesting mixture of stuff going on here for sure. So, starting off here, between you and your person, it's possible that either you or your person has been dating around. Like, nothing too serious, nothing that, you know, is anything really committed. Basically, stuff is short term. So either you or your person could be doing this, where you guys are dating around, and it's basically all short term. So if your person is the one who's been dating around, and you know, they're not with you and they're kind of putting you out in the cold and ignoring you, don't worry about it, because nothing significant is going to come of those connections. They're short term. You know, whatever does happen, it's going to be very short term. And you know, as for you, if you're the one who's dating around, and you know, maybe you're doing that to try and escape from your person because you're sick of their BS and stuff like that, I'm sorry to tell you, those situations are going to be short term, because that person is probably going to be coming back into your life. You can still date around and still have fun. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You may even make some really awesome friends through doing that. But whatever dating situations are going on around right now for either one of you, they're not going to be lasting very long. They're definitely going to be short term. And I think that with gifts here, it's actually a gift that you guys are both dating around and having these short-term experiences, because I think that, you know, whether it's you or your person, you both are learning and growing from these experiences. You know, if it's you who's dating around and having these short-term circumstances come up, it's really helping you learn what it is that you don't want and what it is that you do want. And it may even help you like realize and value the person that you're asking about even more, because you know, you may like meet dud after dud after dud, and you're gonna be like, man, you know, like I didn't have that chemistry or share that same belief system or laugh as hard with any of those people as I did with so-and-so. So there's a gift in things being short-term through dating. And if it's your person who's been dating around having these short-term experiences, it's still a gift because they're learning that same thing on the flip side. And for you, it's a gift because, you know, not only does this make you become more appealing to them for the long haul, but it also gives you time and space to just kind of, you know, focus on yourself and take care of yourself and do your own thing right now, because once all this short-term dating is done, there's eventually going to be a long-term situation that's going to come in. So with anger, I think it's definitely possible if your person is the one who's dating around right now and ignoring you, you may be feeling pretty pissed off, pretty angry about it. And I get it. Like, that can be really frustrating. But, you know, as the card says, feel the heat, then turn it down. You know, feel that anger and then release it. You don't want to live in that. You don't want to hold on to that, because anger, when you hold on to it, it eventually turns into bitterness and resentment. And that's a lot harder to get rid of and a lot more stationary and stubborn to pull out of you than anger is. Anger is more fluid. So in order to let go of your anger, if you're having anger in this situation, you got to use your imagination. You got to see the big picture. So, you know, like I said, if your person is dating around, it's gonna be short term. Realize that, and realize that there is a gift in that, because they're gonna see you as their gift. Basically, you guys are gifts to one another, pretty much, and that's what the big picture really is. So definitely keep that in mind. With a time to give rather than to take, you know, I would definitely say that this card is saying just to, like, that's kind of funny, give and then gifts. I would say that this is definitely saying, like, give the gift of allowing this stuff with dating and short term to just like play out, because if you don't let it play out, it could wind up bubbling up into something worse with a lot more anger down the road. And, you know, you don't want things to get worse. So, you know, whether it's you or them, like, let this play out, because I think that's a part of the learning process in this situation. There's a gift in it. So, you know, give that the time. Like, give it the time that it's going to need to take, is kind of what I'm picking up from that card. And just remember that by doing that, the personal issue will reach a resolution. So with all this craziness maybe going on with all this short-term dating, it's not long-term dating. Like, be thankful in that. It's not going to be this huge thing. It's going to pass, you know. If this was the weather, you know, it's like a thunderstorm that's rolling through right now, but the thunderstorm isn't going to last forever. The sun is eventually going to come out. So it is going to reach a resolution. And I think once either you or the person you're asking about is done dating around and having many failed short-term relationships, because the heart is broken there. Obviously, this is not a success. There's heartbreak there. I think after going through that so many times, that they're going to realize that you are the gift, and there's going to be that resolution. Now, as for Empty Space by O-Town, basically in the song, the guys are singing about how there's like this empty space in their bed, this empty space in their head, this empty space in their heart, because of that person that they love and they care about is not there. So I think the more your person is having these experiences that are short term, they're going to realize that there's this empty space that's been there the whole time. And the only person who can really fill it are not these other situations, and that's you. And it's funny because, you know, I asked how they were feeling, and it said that they were feeling special. But I think what that actually means is how they feel about you is they feel that you're special. You may not feel special, but I think that your person feels that you are special, because only someone who is special could make them feel like they have this empty space that's missing in their heart and in their soul. So they see you as someone special. You leave this empty space in them, and they may not necessarily realize that right now, because chances are, if you're here and you're listening to this reading, you guys probably aren't communicating, or things probably aren't going very well between the two of you right now. So they may not necessarily have their eyes open to that in this moment, but I think the more that you allow the process to go through of them dating around and having these short-term relationships, they're eventually going to realize that you are that special person who can fulfill that empty space. Seek and ye shall find. I almost forgot about that one. Seek and ye shall find. So in the meantime, you know, and I tell everybody this, I feel like I've said this to every single pile, you know, spend time with God, spend time in prayer, especially when we're going through hard times, especially when we're going through relationship issues. That's honestly the best thing that you can do. Seek God, and He will help calm down your anger and help you release it, and He'll be able to help you see the big picture through this whole situation. You know, whether you're the one who's dating around or they're the one who's dating around, it's all definitely going to come together. So hopefully this made sense to you guys. And that's basically it. That is your reading for today. If this did help you, if it did resonate, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I totally appreciate that. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots and lots of hugs and much love.